the speech evaluation? Okay, so obviously I'm doing this for the first time. The evaluation section is conducted by the Children Evaluator. Please welcome Shante.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the general evaluation portion of the meeting is the part where we get to have our speaker evaluated, our time report, our counter report, variant report, and the final comments from the general evaluator. First off, we have Justin, who is going to make a nice toned down in time evaluation on Ajay's speech. So let's welcome up Justin.
Rather, Madam General, there it's the right here. Ajay, this evaluation is going to hinge on whether or not you were intending to use the guidelines of the manual for this speech or not. Because I know you lost your manual, but did you intend to use the how to say it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. In that case, I have a lot more praise for you than otherwise. Your mission here is to phrase words or paragraphs in such a way that it's more easy to understand, so that you're not using jargon, so that you're actually explaining yourself in a useful and hopefully interesting way. I believe you did that here. I believe that you were able to take a concept that has a lot of jargon in it, and though you didn't, or rather, it's a concept that has a lot of jargon, it has a lot of hard to explain concepts embedded within it, and you could explain it in an incredibly unclear way, but you instead took it apart piece by piece, and I think you did a fairly good job of being able to help us visualize it for one thing, and of being able to minimize your use of words that wouldn't help us to understand. And whenever you did have to use words that would do that, like indigeneity, you did, go through and stuff of the speech. You did a good job of going through the motions of explaining what it means and how it can be used, what it entails, what sort of examples, such as rainfall, and examples of how that would relate to these examples up here. Good job on that. You did use the word exogenous as one of your main points. I don't know if that's necessarily that's something that maybe you made a point of using that word, and I wonder if it could have been replaced by perhaps using something else, just using the phrase that explains the word, for instance. Other than that, I know we've talked a little bit about tone, vocal variety, gestures, that sort of thing, and I have a bit of a suggestion for you. I know that you're going to be doing teaching. I know that you're going to be heading a class and have questions asked of you. I've been actually doing a little bit of teaching myself recently, and I found out something interesting about teaching people who are younger than you're going to be teaching, like 20-ish, later 20s. I've been teaching 12-year-olds, which are not exactly the same, but I've learned that if you present yourself in a way that is rather soft rather than hard, if you're perhaps leaning backwards more of the time, if you're making more soft gestures like this most of the time, like you usually do, and they're sort of slowish gestures, they help, and also your tone of voice helps in some ways. You seem like you're actually trying. He seems like he's actually trying to help us understand, that's his main goal, to help us understand his concept with his tone of voice. Please, accept what I'm saying, accept I am imploring you to understand what I'm saying. I'm imploring you to hear what I'm saying. That sort of tone of voice I believe could be done without, and something that is more, perhaps a little bit more rapid for one thing, but also a little more, like slightly more drill sergeant, like maybe not like going back to the world back. But in any case, a little more hardness, a little less, perhaps slowness in the gestures might give off more of that pressure hardness that will help underscore your obvious intention of being able to help your students understand what it is that you want them to understand, that you want them to do some, and good job. Once again, you have some talents in regards to how to phrase things, so congratulations on that. That's my advice.
Thank you, Justin. Next up, we have Cheryl with the on-counter report. Welcome up, Cheryl.
Thank you,
Russia. Also, I noticed you have British background with the lift in 4 days back. So normally we would say 4 days ago, and we would say later, but that's not Shantae, your topic on the mind is about that definition. I think that was where it was. Good job. And Justin, yeah, my only comment on your evaluation was the same as it was 2 seconds. Any more success? Otherwise,
Now it's time for my commentary. I think that the meeting went very well. We had one speaker, we had a lot of people. I really want to encourage everyone to keep up with the things. Keep up. Bring competent leadership in with you to everybody. Because the goal here is for us to try to move on our values. So, Justin, short, sweet, to the point, table topics, response.